Then it's everywhere. You see it everywhere you go. Now, there is a way you can manipulate that to your advantage. Because what happens is your mind thinks, since you want this, I should show him every opportunity for him to get this. So you subconsciously send a signal to your mind to tell your mind, oh, this is something important to me, and I need this. So now your mind is like awake, and it's like, oh, whenever I see this, I should let him know that this thing is around the corner. So that anywhere you go, you keep seeing it. That time, when I was thinking of buying a Siennas were everywhere. I just come out of church, I see one person parking Sienna in front, and now I'm looking at it. Nice car. Wow. Such a big boy, enjoying life. This guy is living the dream. So, same thing with you. If you decide you want to get something, your mind takes it as, this is important, I should notice this. But how do you manipulate your mind to do it and get you results? So it's not just you noticing Sienna everywhere. Your mind go to the extent of helping you get money to buy the Sienna or whatever your dream car is. Whatever your dream car is. Maybe it's Sienna 2 or Honda Pilot or Honda Crosstour or Camry or Benz or Range Rover. How do you get your mind to actually get to that point where you go and you get it? Now, the best way to do that is through, wow, should have tested it first. Goal setting. This feels like, those times in movies where someone busts into an office. They bust into an office, then you see a guy in one big chair, but he's backing the door. And then he dramatically turns. Imagine you dramatically turn, but the chair is not good. Then you fall off. That's what just happened. I wanted to write goal setting dramatically, and then the marker is not working. So, goal setting. Now, if you know how to do this properly, it will force you to get the result you want. I use the word force because that's actually what will happen. When you set your goal properly, you'll be forced to write it that once you get it and you instill it, you'll be forced to achieve that goal because your subconscious will not let you rest. Your mind will not let you rest until you've achieved that goal. Your mind will not let you until that goal is achieved. Like you'll be literally be uncomfortable. You'll wake up middle of the night. I don't know if that happens. If you know how to set goal properly, you won't sleep. If you know how to set goal properly, right? And you set the goal properly, you won't be able to sleep till you achieve it. You wake up middle of the night, sleep will elude you. I can't count how many times I've had to use sleeping drugs to sleep. Almost every 6 months, I go through that episode where I really have to use drugs to sleep, like sleeping drugs. Why? My anxiety levels are just up there. Why? I can't sleep because of my goals. I'm awake, can't do anything, but my mind won't sleep because it keeps thinking, this thing you want to do, this thing you want to do, this thing you want to do, how would you do it? What ideas are you going to implement? How are you going to put it? Now, there is no way I won't sleep at night and then I'll come in the morning and I won't work. Because why I can't sleep at night is my mind is keeping me awake so I can work. But it's middle of the night. You can't call people and do stuff. So all I do is I think, and I can't wait for morning so I can start doing the things I need to do. So I can finally sleep when the goal is set. So if you do this properly, the part where you're lazy, I don't have the energy to go and do work, which is where most salespeople fail, where there's no passion. I don't have passion to do it. I don't have interest. I don't feel like doing it today. That one will be eliminated because now you've programmed your mind to be obsessed with it. You've programmed your mind. Once you can program your mind to be obsessed with what you want to do, that's 80% of the work. That one is it's gone. Now you have no choice. Your mind will compel you and compel your body. Energy will be unlimited. Because see, when you are motivated, there's nothing you cannot do. Your mind is the most powerful thing you have. Once you can get it to work for you, there is literally nothing you cannot do. I don't know if you know David Goggins. You know David Goggins. If you check him out, he's a very funny person. He curses a lot. But I can't judge because I curse a lot too. though I try not to. But I'll try harder. So he was talking about this story of someone that came to him and then was complaining he's not motivated, he can't do this, that nobody knows how he feels, that he wakes up in the morning and sleeps all day. And then he was looking at the person like, you know what, I've actually been there. When I was like 23, I was there. I could not do anything. Life was hard. I couldn't get anything. And then I started visiting doctors, started doing research, and then I found out that what was wrong with me was I was being a little bitch. You thought I was going somewhere, right? So he had this mindset like you can do whatever. Now, what was unique about that guy was he has one of the longest marathon runs ever. So he mentioned how many miles it was. And then I calculated it in kilometers. And then I calculated it in context. This guy ran from Lagos to Owerri. He ran non-stop from Lagos to Owerri. Was like a day and a half or 2 days. It was like 2 days. Throughout the 2 days, he kept running. And the worst part is it's not the Guinness World Record for the longest marathon. And then I'm like, who did more than this? Because what I did was, US they use miles. So I first convert to kilometers, how many kilometers. Then I search, okay, Lagos to Benin on Google Map, how many kilometers it was. Benin was not enough. I said, okay, worry was not, it was Owerri that was closest to. So if you've gone to Owerri, when you're in the bus, just remember somebody ran this whole thing. If you use bus, you probably take you like a whole day to drive. But this man ran, jog. So how did he do it? His bones are not different from your bones. His tissue are not different from your tissue. He's a human being like all of us. It's his mind. His mind is just on a different level. On a very different level. He could get his mind to ignore pain. Ignore every... Where did he even see such energy? You see, there are some things that by the time you calculate, you start realizing that it's supposed to be impossible to do as a human. Probably they sat doctors down and actually realized that it's literally impossible. And then he was doing it. There are many things in nature that human beings will beat odds. Like odds are against reality. Like this thing is practically impossible. There's this story about running a mile in a minute. Is it a mile in a minute? Yes. Running a mile in a minute. It used to be practically impossible. In fact, scientists came out. It's impossible to run a mile in a minute. Everybody agreed it's impossible until the first guy did it. After the first guy did it, now it's like almost 1,000 people have done it. What changed? Once the first guy did it, they realized that, it's possible. All of a sudden, everybody started doing it. All of a sudden, scientists are like, you know what? We don't know anymore, man. You people should do your thing. It seems like you all have something else going on. That's the power of your mind. So, when I say 80% is nice. 80% of success is your mental state. How you think. Your mind. Now, if you compare your mind to work for you, you can get it to do almost anything. Literally anything. Like literally anything. There have been theories of people who were able to access supernatural things from their mind, like things like flying, telekinesis, like you move objects with your mind. I'm not going to teach you that one. I don't know how to do that one. But that's how powerful it gets. That's how powerful the mind gets. It's your access to the spiritual world, if you put it that way. In Think and Grow, they call it infinite intelligence. Different people have different words they use. Infinite intelligence is more circular to use. So it's your access to God or infinite intelligence. So things that are beyond our own control. Now, if you know how to control your mind, all the battle is won. And then you can use this to do that. Send specific instructions to your mind. Like very specific ones. That, okay, this is what I want to do. Or yeah, every fiber in my body, get me this. Now, once you have goal setting in place, it gives you a path. You know what where you are going to. If you don't have goals, you don't know where you're going to. It's hard to get to somewhere fast if you don't know where you're going to. Okay, imagine like you're run. The first question you ask is to where? You can't just start running. It's pointless. Running to where? Even if you want to walk to where? Which is where a lot of people have issues in their career. They do not have a path. They don't know where they are going to. Which brings the issue of you keep changing. When you don't have goals, you don't have directions, anything works. So someone come today, it's Forex. You start Forex. You do Forex. And everybody like, real estate is booming. You should totally come to real estate. And then you see, oh, it's true. This guy is really making a lot in real estate. You move to real estate. And that person come, if you come here in tech, do you know how many people have left their different jobs to go to tech? It's really funny when I see some of them because I had somebody met me, I was like complaining that she's in tech, she has not seen job, blah, 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 blah. Things are bad. And then I asked her, when did you start? She was complaining to me in April. And she said December. Like, who is this person? You started something in December, you're complaining by April is not doing so well. What were you expecting? The people that are making it in tech, the ones that are getting the big bucks, they've been there 5 years. There is a friend of mine, that guy, he has one of the best jobs I've seen in my life. Man has money. Job, that job, do you know the certificate he's using? ND. You will not believe it. ND. You scream Jesus, Abi. ND. He was in Lagos last week. He was in Lagos for 2 weeks. Spent the first week in Federal Palace Hotel. Very nice hotel. I went there to see him. We talked. We hung out. Next time I texted him, was like, oh, they've moved. I'm like, why did you move? He said, it's boring. I'm staying here for 2 weeks. There's no need to stay in one hotel. Then he moved to Lagos Continental, which was even a better hotel. This guy has money. He has invested a lot of money with me, and that is not even up to half of the money he has. He has been doing this job for less than 2 years. He works for less than a year. Half. Okay, we did the math. So like 140 days he has to work in a whole year. Now, what is the interesting thing about this job? Is that when we were in secondary school in SS3, he told me about this job. SS3. When we were in SS3, he was telling me about this job, and I told him that you are a bloody liar that you tell me job that is this nice, you get it with ND certificate. 2 years course in uni. He has been working to get this job since SS3. Every decision he made from SS3 was to enable him to get this job. From this training he did, so he did the ND course immediately after we left SS3. He went to do 2 years course. After that, he studied engineering in another course relating to this job. All he did since SS3 was try to get this job. And then you see him now and be like, wow, this guy, he's enjoying. I remember one time during lockdown, man went through a lot because we were living together during that time. He went through a lot. Why did he go through a lot? This job. Now he's enjoying the job. He's balling. He's living the life. Like, man has money now. I'm just like, this guy. I should have told me in SSJ, I would have been nicer. I'm nicer to you, man. Don't worry. But why? The thing is, focus. He had a goal, and he stayed on that goal. I can't imagine how many times he must have fantasized about how his life would be when he got the job. So at some point, there was no way he was going to go astray from his goal. So whether you tell him this one is going on here, that one is going on there, oh, I want to go and study. Remember, I pitched him my own idea. I wanted to be a computer engineer. I was like, computers are the next thing. Tech is the shit, bro. See, everybody is now getting laptops. Everybody will soon have laptops. And when everybody has laptops, see my thinking there. When everybody has laptop, tech will just blow because that's the thing. And then he was like, nah, I'm going to do this thing and get this job. I'm like, this boy, you're not even a serious person. We're talking serious stuff. You're talking NG job. Do you know what NG is? It's ordinary diploma, they call it, right? It's ordinary diploma. That's what they call it. Ordinary diploma, right? Yeah. Ordinary. It's ordinary is in the name. Do you know how bad sometimes for ordinary to be in the name? Ordinary diploma. But he knew exactly what he wanted. And everything he did for those years was to get it. Once you compare your mind like that, then how do you do it? Goal setting. So it also helps you with drive. So once you have your goal fixed, drive will not be your problem. Passion will not be your problem. Energy will not be your problem. It's people that don't have what to do or what is pushing them that don't have energy or drive. When you don't have goals, it's very easy not to have drive. Where do you want to even get the drive from? If you don't have goals, then what do you even expect? You see someone wake up in the morning by 5:30 doing a lot, right? And then you are sleeping by 10. You are tired, you are not motivated, and you are complaining that, oh, I want to be like this guy. You don't have drive. That's why. Let me give you an example. Like me, when I was in school, I go to class like, I don't go to class, sorry. Okay, I rarely go to class. And when I do, see, I was depressed most of it. I should not lie. I was like, I didn't know I was depressed. Now looking back, I knew I was depressed. But it's not really like depression. You know, there's depression, like the proper one. That one, like, so come out of that one is serious. That's what you have to go to hospital because you are gone. And there's depression, the one where there's nothing going on in your life. You don't want to try to do anything. You're just there. Though there's the other one that is more serious. So I was the first one that is not that serious like that. So I wake up, I'm sleeping in my hostel. I was a lazy person. Very lazy. Why was I lazy? I looked at my path and I realized that there was no future for me here. And then all the reasons they kept giving me to do it didn't make any sense to me. The biggest reason they could come up with was do it for your mom. And it make no sense. Like, what is do it for the mom? Like, if I finish, they'll write her name on it, or what is this do it for your mom? And it did not, and it was not enough motivation for me because I'm kind of selfish, to be honest. I want to do stuff, which I think everybody should be because it will help, it will serve you well. I'm like, so I just go sleep, wake up, do exam, do test, sleep, wake up. I actually started believing I was a lazy person and then I was not serious. But the truth is, I didn't have a goal. I don't fantasize about being a graduate of electrical electronics engineering. I don't fantasize about things like that. I don't think about the future and be excited about it. So having drive was almost impossible because I did not see a path, a future, or anything there. So there was no goal at all for me. I was not trying to miss first class or third class. I was like, whatever. So having drive was almost impossible. But the moment I entered real estate and then I had the goal, I had the drive, I had the picture, I was waking up. See, waking up is not even a problem. It's going to sleep. That was my problem. And I'm serious about, like, almost every 6 months there's a new drug. So I think sometimes I'll take alcohol, but alcohol also doesn't work after a while. Then you have to go to drugs, and then the drugs is weird because it will help you deep sleep for like 2-3 hours, then you wake up. But the good thing is you'll be relaxed when you wake up. So when I moved to real estate and had goals, had drive, my problem was not waking up. It was now going to sleep because now I can't even sleep. So that's the difference. So you would have drive. You see that motivation, you will have it. Once you can hack this, you will have motivation. The motivation will come. It will be too much. You lack of motivation. Removing the motivation somewhere will be your problem. So it's to give you clear thinking too. Clear thinking is, this is your part. Like, let's say I want to go to Oyinbo. My path to Oyinbo is straightforward. I will go there, enter bus, going to Oyinbo. I drop Oyinbo. I order Uber to Oyinbo. Now, if I come outside now, somebody is like, Unilag free. Imagine I'm going to Oyinbo, and because this guy said Unilag is free, I'll now start enter the bus and go to Unilag. No, I won't do that because I'm like, I know it's free, which also is a red flag. It's a serious red flag. Like, why is this guy taking me to Unilag for free? Even if you are going to Unilag, I would recommend you enter that bus. But it's always like Unilag free. As good as that offer is, it doesn't make sense to me because I'm going to Oyinbo. Which is what a lot of people do, right? When you don't have goals, they come out of their house, bam, Unilag free, they enter Unilag, get Unilag. What do we do now? and Unilag. They'll see another thing, they'll enter. At the end of the day, in 5 years, you've had 4 careers. And nobody knows what you do for real. Everybody's like, okay, oh, that's what you're doing. Okay. After a while, people kind of notice that this person is always everywhere. So they don't even put energy into your conversation. You're explaining yourself, they're like, nice idea. This is good. As long as you're happy. as long as you're happy, man, just enjoy yourself. So it gives you clear thinking. So you know what offers, like, even when you are in like a particular career, like in real estate now, there are people come every week. Someone is texting me about a deal, one deal here, another deal there. But because of my goal for this year, 90% of them I don't take them. I look at it and I know that, okay, this deal is not the one I want to be, because it won't take me to where I want to be by the end of the year. So there are a lot of deals. So what I do sometimes, if I look like it's a good deal, but not a good deal for me, I call up somebody I think it will be a good deal for them, and I send to them, hey, what's up? This offer is